Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. My name is Grace. I'm a Programme Manager here at Enterprise Nation. I'm pleased to introduce Orgor Ogbata, the Director of Creativity and Sense Consulting. Orgor will discuss in the next 30 minutes why you need to stand out from the crowd to increase profits, reduce costs, and create more impactful leadership. So in today's session, Orgor is going to be presenting her own slides, but if you have any questions for our incredible speaker, then please do pop them in the chat function, which is now open, which you'll find on the right-hand side of your Zoom webinar. We will be leaving a couple of minutes at the end of the session to get your questions answered as well. But without any further ado, Orgor, thank you so much for joining us on today's Lunch and Learn. I'll leave you to present your lovely slides and Bob back on camera at the end for Q&A.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. It's Orgor. Welcome to the Enterprise Nation Lunch and Learn. Amazing job Enterprise Nation do. So thank you all for supporting us. Okay. So is this you, a board banking entrepreneur, a service-based business owner or expert? Are you fed up with doing business as usual? Are you struggling to stand out from others? Are you finding it hard to explain what you do and how you're different from other people in your space? And you want to accelerate your impact and profits? If so, hurrah, hurrah, you're definitely in the right place. Don't go anywhere. Because I help business owners create more differentiation, impact and profit using out-of-the-box thinking, leadership strategies, and digital marketing. Okay, so I'm also a board member. My company is called Creativity and Sense. We do training and consulting mainly. I'm also a board member and business growth consultant for the Europe-India Chamber of Commerce, and I've been featured on various media such as the BBC, Training Journal, Independent, Training Zone, and Business Times as well. Okay, so why differentiation? Why is it important to have a differentiation strategy? Because it is one of the most powerful ways to increase profits, reduce costs, and create more impactful leadership in the world. Okay. In today's fast-changing and challenging economy, it's no longer enough to stand out from the competition. You want to stand head and shoulders above the competition. In fact, you want to eliminate competition, just be so unique that it's difficult to compete with you. Okay. However, showing potential customers and partners what you can offer that other businesses can't is not always as easy as it sounds. Okay. What do I mean by differentiation? Is the action or process of distinguishing between two or more things. That's very important because when people are making a buying decision, and it's not just literally buying something, even if they are just deciding, okay, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do about the weekend? Where am I going to go? It's all a decision-making process. That requires them comparing two or more things. And the ability to stand out from the crowd will put you in a good place whenever your business, is being compared with somebody else's business. Okay. So the act or action or process of distinguishing between two or more people or things. Okay. So I'll tell you a short story, which is always good. Many years ago, when I met my husband, we got on really well, and we're exchanging emails back and forth for a while. Let's say he asked me, what do you want in a husband? I think he asked me first, yeah. So then off I went, I think I wrote about 2 pages of, what I wanted. It has to be this, it has to be that, it has to be that. Oh, I've got high standards, so, I'm a writer as well, so I was just, having a good time with that. So he read my reply, and he replied saying, wow, this is so deep. This is so profound. And then I said, okay, what about you? What do you want in a wife? And his answer shook me. I never forgot his answer, which is why I'm still talking about it today, right? Because all he said, I've written 2 pages. He replied with 1 sentence. And all he said was, I want my wife to be herself. And when I read that, I was like, wow. Because I was expecting maybe 3 pages or 4. He replied with just 1 sentence, I just want my wife to be herself. And I said, wow, this is the guy for me, definitely. And we're still going strong many years later. So equally, your customers want you to be yourself. Your partners, the world is waiting for you to just be yourself. And the businesses that do well are those businesses that have the ability to just show their brilliance and show their uniqueness and their passion. That definitely gives you an edge. And that's what we're here to discuss today, how you can get that edge in that way. The other day I went to town to buy Jacob's crackers, one of my favorite biscuits. I reached on the shopping aisle. I found some crackers. The price looked really cheap for some reason. But I thought, oh, maybe they're doing a sale. I grabbed one pack of biscuits, a couple of packets of biscuits. And when I got home, I decided to have some. That was when I realized that it wasn't Jacob's, it was some other brand. But they kind of packaged themselves very similar to Jacob's. And I felt really bad. The biscuits left a bitter taste in my mouth because I felt like I've been deceived. So this is what happens when people are not able to differentiate themselves and really do that work. They end up trying to be copycats, okay? So far better to do that work so you can shine and stand on your own, because it doesn't really work trying to copy other people. It leaves a bad taste in the mouth, okay? So today you're gonna learn the what mistakes to avoid, differentiation strategies you can use, and examples and success stories to educate and inspire you. So let's just get into it. Try to engage during the webinar and stay right till the end to find out how to connect with me. Okay, so I think I've talked about what we do and help people think out of the box really, and we're based in the UK, but we work with clients globally using proprietary frameworks and techniques that help you get results in a really unique way. Okay, so here's a testimonial we got from one of the clients that we work with. USD Association, you can either say we're both spoiled for choice and blown away by August's ideas, presentation, and execution, working with us on a long-term basis on everything from our group culture and value system to our constitution, member onboarding process, community engagement initiatives, and revenue generation via e-commerce, first-class creativity, and thinking outside the box on another level. You need people like her for driving and managing change in an organization. Okay, and so the 5 worst mistakes to avoid when it comes to having a differentiation strategy. Okay, the mistake I see business owners make is they lack foundational clarity and strategy about how to go about differentiating themselves. Okay, a lot of business owners also think they can differentiate mainly based on price. Okay, everyone is selling a product for £100, for instance. Okay, I'll make mine the cheapest one, and that will differentiate me. That's not enough. Actually, if you do a really good job, you can afford to make your prices higher than your competitors. Okay. Another mistake I see business owners make is that they're differentiating just the product or service. Okay, that's not enough. You need all-around differentiation, 360-degree differentiation. So it's not just the actual product or service, but it could be other things. For instance, your company culture, the company values, the experience with the company. There's so many other ways to differentiate yourself, not just, okay, here's my product, I'm going to make it bigger, I'm going to make it smaller. Yeah, it's beyond that. Not having enough layers of differentiation, maybe just differentiating yourself in just 1 or 2 ways. That's not enough. You need multiple differentiation layers and strategies in order to be really, really unique. And then lack of consistency in execution. Saying that you're going to do things this way, but you're not being consistent with that. So people can see that and they can get confused. So you need to really identify your values, your strategy, and be consistent with that. Okay? So some examples of where to apply differentiation in your business as part of your differentiation strategy. Number 1, your mindset, how you think, because that's what produces everything, isn't it? We are what we think. So your mindset, your communication, for instance, your social media communication, your blogging, whatever you're doing, your marketing materials need to reflect that. Your brand, your entire brand needs to reflect your differentiation. Your leadership, your leadership culture, the offers that you make, the values of your organization or your business, and the way that you execute as well. Okay, so how do you actually differentiate your business? I've got an amazing framework that I use in my business, and I also use with my clients. It's called the Flow to Profit framework, and you can download that as well if you go to creativityandsense.com/flow, FLOW. So perhaps you can also put a link in the chat as well, Enterprise Nation team. So flow, FLOW, F stands for find. You need to find your genius value, okay? This is where your potential for the highest impact and the needs of your ideal audience intersect. So in order to differentiate, for instance, let's say I sell clothing. I can't just wake up as a business owner and say, hey, I'm just going to make myself different, I'm just going to change the color of the product or sell it in bigger sizes. It doesn't work that way. So there needs to be an intersection between what I want to do and also what my audience needs. So the two of them need to be compatible. Otherwise, differentiation is not going to work. L stands for leverage. You think about ways to leverage your resources in order to accelerate the results you want. How you can leverage your talents, your team, your time, technology, and anything else at your disposal in order to achieve differentiation. And there's 4 questions I encourage my clients to ask, and I also ask each time I want to do a differentiation strategy. And these questions are based on the mathematical symbols.